What's going on, guys? How's it going? Welcome back to another episode here on GearTube TV. Before I begin, I want you to take notice of the hat here. Merchandise is available. Follow the links down below. You can get yourself a t-shirt, a hat, a phone case, stickers, beach towel, you name it, we got it. So be sure to check out the links and let's get into this video. So as you saw in the intro, the Jeep is back, and most of you guys probably didn't even know it was gone. Jeep was gone for 9 weeks. 9 weeks this Jeep was gone, getting worked on, and I want to talk about one of the things that we got done to it, and totally made a huge difference in this Jeep, and super glad I made that decision. So let's go check it out. On the Jeep forums, seeing some stuff about upgrades and whatnot, and there's a carburetor upgrade. This is the lighting's terrible. This is a Motorcraft 2150 carburetor, and originally these had a 2-barrel Carter known as a Carter BBD. Or something like that, and they were junk. I mean, they worked okay, but reliability and tunability, longevity, it's just better to do an upgrade. So following the forums online, there's a seller on eBay by the name of Gronk, G-R-O-N-K. Gronk is in Colorado and just basically builds these carbs, 2150s and 2100s. So when you're buying it, you tell them what you want, and there's basically like 2 routes you can go. You can go performance, you can go economy. And I asked him to do middle of the road. So it's probably a little bit more of an economy carburetor than it is a performance carburetor. And that has to just do with float settings and the jet sizes. So we had this done, and a lot of the vacuum stuff was eliminated, similar to what you would do with the Nutter bypass. And basically it's the only vacuum lines that it currently has go to the PCV system, the brake booster, and the vacuum advance on the distributor. Now, when you replace a carb, you need to check your timing. And this is crazy. I'm going to put a picture on the screen right now and show you that this carburetor had 57 degrees of timing. 57 degrees of timing at idle. That is ridiculous. If you guys remember, I'll just put a clip in here. The clip here when I start it, and it has that chop, which I always thought was the cam, because that's what, you know, Nick had always said. Guitarmageddon ZL1, if you didn't know, that was his. This was his Jeep. It was always like, yeah, man, there's a cam in it, and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, cool, you know, it's got like some cam lope going on, you know. But no, that was the timing. That was a timing issue. So when you start it with 57 degrees of timing, basically it's just like flooding itself out. You're dumping fuel in there way before it's ready for the ignition cycle, and it was just flooding itself out until it cleared, and then it would run on all 6 cylinders. I mean, it sounds like a lope, but that was really only just a couple cylinders firing, and it was just all out of whack. So at idle, it was 57 degrees, and at like 3,500 RPMs, it was 80 something degrees. Just to give you a comparison, 57 degrees at idle is what nitro fueled top fuel dragsters run 57 degrees of timing at idle. Nitro fueled dragsters. This is an 87 octane 4.2 six-cylinder. Whoa. No, way off. So the first thing the mechanic did is he cut that timing down. I think we're at maybe right around 10 degrees of timing at idle, and I think 18 at 3,500 RPM. And let me tell you, this thing drives so differently, so differently. The spark plugs were blistered. The spark plugs themselves were blistered. There was that much heat. And the other thing that all this timing was doing, with having that much timing in it, it was the motor would just get so hot. And that's how you actually melt down your pistons too. You get so much heat in those cylinders that it'll score the cylinder walls, it'll burn holes, it'll melt holes in the pistons, and will just wreck an engine. I cannot believe this 4.2 has lasted as long as it has with that much timing in it. So, mechanic pulled all the timing out, and the way this thing starts is incredible. And I'll show you guys here. Let's just go ahead and do this. Let me get the key. So I'll show you that the engine's cold, okay? Here's the headers. I'm touching them. It's not hot at all. You don't hear any ticking like you do when the engine's cooling down. There's no, you can't hear the coolant moving around as it cools off. It is cold. Now, because it's carbureted and there's no heat in the motor, I'm going to give it 2 pumps of gas. 1, 2. Here we go. Whoop. Man, I got turn signals and all kinds of stuff on. There we go. All right, here goes nothing. First crank started right up. Now I know I have some belt squeal, and that's okay. But listen to that. There's no low-B idle. There's no, no excessive smoke. It used to smoke a lot. It doesn't smell anymore. It's not dumping raw fuel like it used to. So it is idling a little bit high because it's cold. There's no heat in it. But unbelievable difference. Yeah, so again, Motorcraft 2150 carburetor, and the timing adjustment to bring this thing back down to what it should be. Also the transmission kick down and some things like that. Some of that's tied in with your throttle position, and when he replaced the carburetor, he took care of that too. So now when you get on the gas, it will actually downshift. It didn't used to do that before. You could be in third gear, put the pedal to the floor, and it would not kick down into second. Instead, it would just dump more fuel into it and would actually make you go slower because of all the timing. So total world of difference, totally a great upgrade. I highly recommend it if you have a YJ that's carbureted with a 4.2 or the 2.5. I don't remember if any of the 4.0s had carbs or not. I think they were all fuel injected. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway. If you have an older Jeep with a 4.2, a CJ7, and the older YJs, I definitely recommend a Motorcraft 2100 or 2150 upgrade. It makes it so nice to drive, and super glad we did it. Not too expensive, maybe all total 300 to 400 bucks in the whole thing, and we're done. So next up, I think we're gonna go with one of those HEI distributors, maybe get rid of that MSD box too. Who knows? But anyway, so I just wanted to give an update about that carburetor and show you guys how easily this thing starts now, and just tell you about the driving experience and how great it is anymore. So that's all for today's video. If you guys aren't yet subscribers, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.